trust in the bell curve gods.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a studying / A-level / revision Q&A because some of you guys have been requesting it ever since my A-level vlogs. So yes, today is the day, and today I'm here with my two friends. This is...
Hi, I'm Jing Xuan, and I was from ACJC, Malaysia.
Hi, and I'm Valencia, and I'm from SAJC.
Okay, and then I'm Charlene from TJC. And today we also pack food.
Yes.
You cannot see, wait, close up. Okay, this is Charlene's food. 烧鸡饭胸肉2块半 only from NHFC. Okay, your turn.
Okay, this one is 卤肉饭. Wow.
How much?
$4.
Just say chicken cutlet.
Yeah, this is chicken cutlet rice. For
Chicken cutlet, right?
Yeah, 350. Okay, so for today's Q&A, I'm going to start off with the more general questions, and then we'll move into the more subject-specific kind of questions. Okay, so I'm also grouping similar questions together, okay? So the first question is how to be motivated to study / not procrastinate / don't waste time / how do you focus? Okay, we answer how do you not procrastinate first.
I think the best way, right, is to set a goal for yourself. So like for me, I every time like set a goal that okay, I need to get things done within these 2 hours. Then after these 2 hours, I'm gonna play. Like I'm gonna go and play basketball. I'm gonna go play something. So that part, right, you have a goal, then you have something that you want to do after. It motivates you to get things done in a short period of time. Then it makes you productive also.
Do you get distracted by phone?
No.
Oh, you don't at all?
No, I don't. Oh, got some app, right, that you can
Yeah,
lock
I
your
use-
phone.
I use.
Yeah,
In
you can use
JC,
that.
I use Forest. I think if you watch my
Yeah,
study
yeah,
vlog,
Forest.
then like
Then
it
you
will
can-
lock my phone.
You can plant your trees, right?
Yeah.
Then after that, you feel good also, your tree like
Yeah.
grow.
Because sometimes I get distracted by my phone, so I either like put my
Yeah.
phone in another room or I on Forest. Then I just like rubbish sound. You?
me, usually, right, I would like instill like some fear in myself kind of thing. It's like if I don't do this, then I'll regret it like in the future, and it's kind of like a shock tactic lah, and like fear tactic like that. So it makes me want to, do something now, because if not, then I'll regret it someday. Yeah, because like what they say, like pain of regretting is like more than like the pain of studying or something like that. Yeah, and I also usually like set aside like goals like that, like, and I make like allow myself to like take breaks after like several goals and several like team plan like that.
I think studying with friends help me not procrastinate also. So if I see them like not
Studying,
procrastinating, then I will also like
Correct.
yeah. So in JC I always study with my classmates.
Unless all your friends like just very
don't care
distracted.
lah, yeah.
But you must select which friends to
Correct.
study with.
Yep.
Yeah.
Find like good study buddies.
Yeah. Okay, second question is how do you manage your time?
Manage your time.
Manage my time. Usually in JC, I just try to finish like assignments beforehand and like that. And like I don't know, I was a mess. Like I had to juggle like so many things. So it's like I was forced to manage my time. If not, then-
Actually, for me, right, I also have no choice. I have to manage my time because I was in like 3 sports CCA in JC. Legit. Like volleyball, frisbee, and table tennis. like I represented my school in all 3, so time was quite little. So actually, right, if you're having your seasons or SYF or anything, right, personally for me, I didn't have much time to study actually. At least for me, I was able to catch up after my seasons, around June-ish. Yeah. But then during your seasons, right, definitely you really have to manage your time well so that you don't lag too far behind, or else you really have a lot of catching up to do. So what you can do is your breaks, okay? Because your breaks are very important. During little breaks, you can try like 1 hour break, 40-minute break, try to get some work done. Especially the more essential.
Because sometimes like, when you have more things to do, you
get more things done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
Like
are
if you have
forced to be
10 things, then you
productive,
slack
right?
a bit more. Like in J1, right, I think some of you may know because I took part in S-Pop Sing. And then it's not really just like a singing competition, it's like almost like a reality show thing. So it took up a lot of my time. And then I was also like exco of my CCA. And then I was PW group leader. And then I was taking piano exam. So I got so many things. And then it's like you want to procrastinate, so no time to procrastinate already. So like during my lunch breaks in school or like break time in school, I will go study. Because after school I have to travel to MediaCorp. And then sometimes they film until like 12 a.m.
Wow.
And sometimes I have to skip school also. Yeah, so it was like very crazy. And yeah, so I think how you manage your time is like, if you don't have a lot of commitments, then you find yourself slacking a lot in the day. I think you just make like a to-do list. Then as long as you complete what you set for yourself each day, then it's okay if you take some breaks also. Right?
Yeah, it's like the one that we say just now.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't stress yourself out too much also. 2 years is not a short time, so you can't just chong all the way. You will burn out.
Yeah, that is very true though. Like, you'll get very stressed nearing the A level. So like, when you're a bit further from A levels, I think like you should enjoy your time also in JC. Like now I know like it may seem like JC is a nightmare and everything, but really it's such a, it'll be memorable soon kind of thing. So yeah.
I still think it's a nightmare.
It's like it was 2 years of my life. Okay, it is true, it is mine also. But then at the same time I gain like so much from it lah. So yeah, so just enjoy your time like as much as possible.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a little bit related to the previous question. The first question. Do you know how to focus at home? Because I'm always distracted, plus there's not many places to study because of COVID. Yeah, last time I always study in my school library, but I think now maybe they limit the number of seats.
Probably.
Yeah.
Go early to chope. No, cannot chope. Go early to get a seat. Oh, where y'all study also?
I cannot study at home, honestly. Because I cannot study anywhere near my bed. Within 50 meters. So normally when I study is at... Actually I study in... Can they study in school now? Normally I study in school.
Yeah, I also study in school.
I don't think COVID can, right?
I'm not sure.
I think what you can do is try to find a low-key cafe where they won't chase you out. Yeah, then you just buy a drink, right? Then you just study like at your own time.
Okay, but the question is, do you know how to focus at home? So I think maybe if you are distracted by your bed, like Jingxuan, then you go to like your dining table or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get out of your room.
Sometimes I also, like for me, I either study in my school library or my dining table. I mean, also like my room table, but that one I get distracted more often.
Oh, I know. There's one thing you all shouldn't do, right? Is to do work on your bed. Because once you do work on your bed, right, then
That's
you
it
will,
lah.
you will think like, how to say like psychological thing one. Once you do on your bed, then your room is considered as no wait. Let me think about this.
No, it's like you think your room is like a place to slack, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But then you should only like rest in your room, then do work somewhere else. So it's very clear, distinct like, oh, this place for rest, this place for work. But if you do work on your bed and stuff, right, then you will just become like me. Like I cannot do work in my room or at all.
Or like alternatively, you have like a studying table in your room. Then like when you are at the studying table, you study only.
Yeah, that works
Yeah.
also.
Because like in JC I stay in hall also. So it's like, and most of the time I study in my room like contrary to like most people, like I think like my roommate, like they all went to like study room downstairs and everything, but then I couldn't take it because it's too silent. Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I always study in my room one. Yeah, so like one tactic is like just don't stay in your bed. Like I tried a few times and I fell asleep after that. So it's like
cannot one.
Yeah, don't. So it's like
It's too comfy.
set up like this like specific study setup kind of thing. So it's like you always go there to study. Yeah, and like just try like any techniques that can make you help you stay awake or like just now the one we mentioned and everything also.
Oh my god, we got someone coming as a special guest
it's
now.
our senior.
Hello.
You have to bend down.
No, you bend down.
You're not in the.
Hello.
Introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm Cheng Liu. Why? What am I supposed to do?
We're doing an A-level Q&A.
I'm having class right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
You want me join next time or something? I am not a good learning example.
Well, once again, only eating the chicken, leaving the rice.
Me?
That time you eat the salted egg, chicken also. Yeah, honestly, they eat a lot of rice.
Yeah. Were there moments where you felt discouraged or burnt out? How did you overcome them? And then a similar question, any advice to help currently so mentally drained when I think about school? Yeah, I think I felt discouraged quite a lot though.
That's so true. That's like a constant mood in
Yeah.
JC.
How I just cry.
Same. I cry a lot. in
Yeah,
JC.
I also.
Yeah.
I just kept crying.
Oh, no.
And then after you cry, you kind of feel better. Then you got mood to study.
I usually feel sleepy after I cry.
Yeah, because your eye very heavy.
Yeah,
Then you
then
nap
I'll
it.
just
You nap 10 minutes.
Oh, is it?
Then you.
Wow.
She the
not-
pro lah. She the pro
That's not
crier.
encourage people to cry.
Yeah, but if you need to cry, I wouldn't say it's a bad thing because you can release all your emotions.
True.
Then you will be in a better state to study.
If you feel burnt out, right, especially if it's still not near A levels, right, you need to think of how to relieve stress because that is very important. That worked very well for me, because I love to do sports, right. So every time almost every day I will just like have something like to play like basketball or something to relieve stress, and that really works a lot. Like do some sports to relieve stress, yeah. So you do whatever thing that will help you to relieve stress. No, actually it really increase your productivity, if you do like
Yeah.
honestly, if you just keep staring at your notes, right, or like your work, you can stare for like 6 hours, right, and you actually effectively only get 1 hour of productive work done.
Yeah. No, I'm laughing because he's always like, we have a whole group chat and he's always like, badminton, table tennis. He's always like asking us to go play like, all the sports. Since I laugh, it's like, last time I run.
You run.
I either run or do HIIT. Like, I don't even like running. You make it come back.
Running works also.
I thought you got lesson.
This is the
Online
This is
lecture.
the true video. This is the only important
This is
video.
the more interesting video.
Yeah, this is the only important video here.
What I did was, like, most of the time when I feel like very burnt out and discouraged, I go out with my friends, like, we go to the mall, we eat, something like that. Then, like, we have, like, I don't know, we did something outside of schoolwork, basically. Yeah, and just, like, have fun,
Yeah.
for, like, probably one night or something.
Yeah, to add on what Charlene said, right, like that, I know a lot of y'all will feel like when y'all are unproductive for the day, right, y'all will feel like shit, right, because you're unproductive, you didn't get work done, or maybe you set like goals that you want to do, then you're stuck on something, then you just feel damn unproductive the whole day, right. But don't just like, if you really feel that way, right, don't just keep like looking at your notes and try to like be productive or something like that. Just go do something else, because honestly, one half a day or one day will make a difference in the long run to A levels. Your mental well-being is way more important, because I also been there, and when I'm unproductive, right, it really feels like the worst thing ever. So what you can do, right, is just get your mindset straight lah. Go out, do something else, change environment. Then after that, maybe you find your friends. If you are struggling with something, just find your friend and ask them, or if you can, text your teacher or something like that. Then and like get your mindset straight lah. Yeah.
For me, when I feel burnt out, I probably cry first. And then I sleep. Yeah. Then I sleep. Then I wake up. Then I try and start again, or like take a break the whole night. That's it. I restart very early the next morning, because I study well in the morning. At night, I will start to think like, oh my god, I still got this, I still got that. Then I get them stressed. So I try and like wake up earlier.
Sometimes sleeping really resets your just resets your mood and everything.
But 加油, like you can talk to your friends about it also. Like last time, I will talk to my friends about it, because like we are all going through the same thing, and then they will understand you, and then you can study together. Yeah, this regarding the question about any advice, because currently so mentally drained when I think about school. I think it's quite, for me at least, like I was also mentally drained.
Same.
Yeah, I think just tell yourself that it's just like these 2 years. Okay, I know it's not very helpful I'm not telling you how to overcome it, but
Just
I don't know.
find a group of friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just if you starting with a group of friends really helps to get through this period easier. Like
Yeah.
more easier. Like.
Maybe like if you're like close to your teacher or something, you can always ask them for help out. And like you can even like if you're close to your teacher, like, you can even talk about like your problems and all that. I feel like they give like a better perspective about like how actually in a way irrelevant A level is to like your life and your mental well-being and your worth kind of thing. Like you shouldn't define your worth based on grades and everything. So I feel like they give like a better perspective about that because like your friends, everyone is going through the same thing and everyone is like fixated on like A levels, you know. Whereas
Or you can ask your seniors, like Charlene.
yeah.
Just comment down below and tell her your problems. If she's free, she will reply.
I did reply to some people DM me like say they're very stressed.
You wanna
Poor
become a
thing,
counselor?
JC is quite sad.
Why so sad?
Always.
I feel like
Just 加油, it's like almost over. Like someone said in a comment like their A levels in 60 days. Then I was like, oh my god, then I felt so.
it's like 2 months.
60 days, so soon. Huh?
60 days, 2 months.
Jiayo, oh my
2 months is you can get a lot of things done.
I felt scared. Oh, there was a
Can
question
catch up
about that.
one.
Someone asked that. Should we just reply now? Someone said, is 2 months enough to save my grade?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Definitely.
Life example there.
Okay lah, you must be a bit stressed lah, or else if you just continue like not
like-
taking it seriously, right, then 2 months is not enough.
Yeah, we're not saying you don't study until 2 months, but if you're only left with 2 months, don't give up. Because
Yeah, don't give up.
you can
Still got
improve a
time,
lot.
If it's 2 months, you have to grind.
How do you overcome your nervousness during exams?
I think like the morning before the exam, right? Be in the right like mindset. I would usually like listen to music on my way to school, you know. And like usually I've seen people revise as they walk to school. I feel like it adds on to like your stress, even though like you're already stressed. So yeah, that's what I did lah. Like I listen to music, calm music, you know, along the way, and then like I try not to like touch on like revision materials after I leave my hall or like house in general because like whatever you can do, right, you did already. So like don't try to add like extra nervousness and pressure on yourself. Yeah, that's what I did.
Okay, so let's just combine it with the question, like what do you do on the day of the paper, since you already touched on that lah.
Yeah. I think it depends on person to person lah. If you are the type that will get nervous when you look at your notes, right, then really just don't look at your notes in the morning of the paper.
Yep.
Just don't look at them. But if you are the type that it's okay lah. You can not get like very anxious looking at your notes at the like last minute. Then just go ahead and look at your notes lah. But I think music is one part that really can help you to calm down before a paper. What music you like? You just listen on the way to school. Then you just like have a chill morning. Yeah, wake up a bit earlier. Don't rush lah.
Yeah,
pack your
same
stuff
same.
the night before. Yes.
I think just know yourself also, cause like for me, sometimes I don't like to be with my friends on the morning of the paper.
Yeah,
Cause my friends will like they'll gather around, then
revise
they start
and
chanting, you know,
Right.
ALCL3 or whatever. Then I'm like,
But I cannot.
do I know that? Do I know that? Like,
I will
scared.
FOMO one, so I will join them.
Same, I will FOMO and then I will regret it.
Then I
kind of
was
thing.
like, hey, what's this? What's this? Yeah.
Okay, I don't know, but I get very scared when I hear them chanting.
Before exams.
Chanting lah.
No, I don't chant. As in, I listen to my friends chant.
That's
So
minute
it's
knowledge. Just
It's like you trust what you studied already. So like you trust your preparation for the past however long you studied, and then you just in the morning you don't touch it, right? You don't affect your mindset when you're on the way to school or to class or the exam venue. Then when your friends are chanting outside, right, just listen. So it's just you take their chanting as your last minute.
Yeah, it actually was
Yeah.
damn helpful at the time. Right?
Right.
GP paper, right? They chanting, right? Then they say some like
Some inspirational quote, then or like
come
example,
out
then you
the
can use.
AQ, right? Wow, really can use some SG
Oh my
circuit
gosh.
thing. Then they were chanting. Then later in there, I just use it for my AQ.
Okay, so I guess from their views, chanting is good. You're going to hear that chanting.
Don't join in the chant, just listen in. If you join in the chanting, you'll be stressed out.
Oh yeah, I think
It's the listening in part.
Yeah.
Just try and absorb whatever you can from your friends.
Okay, next question. How do you prevent comparing yourself with others, especially in terms of grades?
Oh.
I'm a bit. You always compare. I always compare one, and it's like very bad for you Like, I feel like I'm a bit like kiasu like that. So I always compare one, but I don't encourage it because it's bad for your mental well-being. Even though like you give your 100% already, like because you still get lower than your friends, then you feel like it's not enough, even though you already did your best. I think it's important to know that you did your best already, and there's nothing that you can do more to to change the outcome. So, and like what you can do is just to improve on your next like exam.
For this, it's more of how zen, in the sense that you know where you stand in terms of academics and how much you prepared for your exams. Because no matter what, there's always a comparison. Because like you get C, then you'll be like, oh, this person get B, he's better than me.
Yeah, lor. Then
Or
the
like you
worst
get-
is he never study one, right?
Yeah.
Then you feel like, walao, this
there
guy.
are this kind of people out there.
Yeah.
Then even if you get A, you'll just be like, but my other subjects never get A leh. This person get all A leh. How
Yeah.
Then even if you get 90
A.
rank point and all A, right, you'll be like, how come I never get the most prestigious scholarship? You'll always have comparison.
Yeah.
Confirm will have someone better.
That's why.
Yeah.
Never
That's why-
just keep comparing with other people.
You just need
Because
to
you
keep
will,
the zen only.
you will end up like not satisfied with anything that you get.
Yeah.
If you just keep comparing.
Yeah, but I think it's normal to compare a bit lah. But then as long as you take that to like,
Take that,
Friendly competition.
yeah, positively. Not
yeah.
In a sense that you, like maybe you and your friends like, we see who get highest then
Then learn from the person
Wow, that one very competitive when me and my friends met, right?
No, you do see who get highest, the highest treat lunch.
Oh.
This
Oh,
is
yeah,
the
yeah.
kind of friendly competition you want.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm not that competitive. So I usually just compare with like my previous score. Then as long as I improve, then I okay.
Yeah, that's a very good
but
mindset.
But some of my friends, they are competitive, and I think they also like this person or like don't know how to stop.
Yeah, there's bound to be people who is just competitive around you.
Yeah.
The main thing is you just need to try not to get affected too much because it's really okay. They can get A all the way right, then later they may also screw up in A levels. You can get like you fail all the way right, you also can get A during O levels.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter.
I think what's most important is like you track your own progress, and as long as you are improving, it's fine. Because I mean there's bell curve lah, but in the end, like they get A, you also will get A. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean he get A, you cannot get A. So in the end, if you all both get A, then there's no way you compare lah. That's what I mean. Also, school exams sometimes harder. So sometimes you get B right in school exam, he get A, but then A level you all both get A, right?
Yeah, I mean, okay lah. For me was that I never gotten an A in my entire
School
JC,
exam lah.
and then
Yeah.
my first A came in my A level.
Yeah. A lot of people don't
I
get
never-
A in school
Yeah.
exam. School exam harder.
That's true.
Yeah.
Trust in the bell curve gods. This is a true saying.
Typical study routine after school. For me, I think I said just now, after school I just go library, then I study all the way until dinner time. Dinner time I go home. After dinner, sometimes I exercise a bit, shower, then study all the way until like night again.
Sounds so sad.
Look at this guy, I'm chill already. See him, wow, why Charlene so hardworking? Don't lie, you same as me, man.
But this
After
in
school,
JC,
don't study,
in
man.
JC.
right.
I study at
Smart
least 1
one.
hour.
What?
Okay. Normally 2 hours. Then I go play basketball until dinner time. But then it's about your productivity.
Yeah,
really.
true.
I stress a lot productivity.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you study very long, but you procrastinate along the way.
Yeah.
Study
Yeah.
smart, not study.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but although I say that I study well, right? If you don't, like how to say? Because at that time, I'm not like doing that well. Like, cause in J1 I got a lot of commitments, right? So my results is like not very good. So I had to do a lot of catching up. So that's why I have to like study so long hours. It's like I no choice lah. But then if you are already very like up there, then you don't have to. Like it's based on like
Moderate.
like don't think like you need to study like 10 hours to be good, because as long as like you utilize your few hours well, then it's okay. And if you 10 hours like you study but you're not focusing, then there's no point also.
For me, right, usually after school, I would go back and I would take a nap. I would take like a 1 to 2 hours nap kind of thing. Yeah, it's very long. It's a very long
Why do you
nap.
feel more tired after that?
I
Won't lah,
don't
I
like.
think.
Yeah, I don't.
In
I
JC,
don't
my
like-
naps is maximum 20 minutes.
No, because if you
What
are
the
a night owl, you study at
Yeah,
night, right?
same,
Then you
same.
will take naps because
Yeah,
you will not have enough sleep in the at night.
Okay.
So
True.
I do that sometimes.
Depends on the
Yeah.
One more
person.
coffee,
Yeah.
sir.
So it's like I take a nap, and then after I take a nap, then I wake up, then I start
Okay.
doing my work. But then I mean I also procrastinate along the way, but like don't follow me. Yeah, but I usually try to study 3 to 4 hours a day. Yeah, and like study consistently. Yeah.
Do you recommend any specific food to consume for focus and brain stamina? Actually, I eat
Gummies.
chocolate. I eat
I
dark
also eat a
chocolate.
lot of gummies.
Oh, you already got
You
it.
go into my room now, you see like 3-4 packs of
Really?
gummies.
But I binge a lot in JC because every time I stress, I eat.
oh yeah, a lot of people stress it, right?
Yeah, I
People
stress
just
a
eat,
lot.
they eat chips cause got the crunch.
Really?
Or they eat like sweets.
Yeah,
so
it's
for
like
me,
ice cream.
for me, I eat gummies lah.
Changing our location because it's raining.
We found a lounge, just a
Hey,
random
the
lounge.
view
appeared.
is damn nice. I love it.
A random
I
lounge.
love
appeared.
it. Got road some more.
Got road, you first time see road
First time see road.
But very nice. It's like a road in the
Hey
jungle.
guys, got trees also. Amazing. Rice.
Yeah, I ate more this time.
Yeah, because when you were talking, you just keep eating.
Yeah.
It's true.
That's why they say when you're in diet, you cannot like talk while eating. You must focus when eating. Okay, where did we stop? How was your study schedule like approaching A's versus nearing internal exams? I don't know, but for me, internal exams sometimes I haven't finished studying. Like for job, especially. Because job was so many things. So internal exams sometimes I still need to chiong content before the paper. Maybe it's just me.
Job also cannot.
Oh, you took job also?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. We're supposed to say our subject only.
Oh my god, okay. Internal exam I also never finished studying. No, I don't think you, unless you are very on the ball the whole 2 years, or else you, internal exam don't need to so stress. Yeah. Really.
My job, right, in school exams, I always do like not very well because I don't know the content that well. Then like the first time, like only my A level, my job like go up. Mine was like usually during internal exams, I try to like cover all content needed lah. So it's like not I didn't like I try to like But then for A's, it's more like because I already covered the same topic, like for example like like by the end, like before A's, then you already like finished all the content and like you've been tested for like what, 4 or 5 times. Yeah. So like by the time it's your A's, right, I usually just do a lot of practice papers, whereas back like in internal exams you usually cover content more. Yeah, especially for like geog or like I take Econs. Yeah, so it's like that. And then usually approaching A's, what I did was I did a lot of consultations with teachers, like I think like 3 times a week kind. Yeah. And like for GP, like I did essays every 3 days.
Oh wow.
Yeah, every 3 days. And then it's like I alternate, so it's like essay AQ, essay AQ, essay AQ, something like that. Yeah. So, but I did that a month before A level. So by the time I had my A levels, it was like I was prepared lah. And like I've covered like a lot of like questions also. Yeah. So,
Yeah. I think depends on your progress also. For me, I think when nearing internal exams, I study more content, then like less practice. Although we need to do practice also lah.
Yep.
But then like when A level coming, just more on practice.
Yeah, correct. True.
Looks like it's snowing It is damn nice. I love this place.
Wow.
Ah, it's like snowing.
And you can't hear the raindrops at all.
Ah, it's so pretty. Hi, I really like your vlogs. Thank you. How does your revision schedule look like 2 months to 8?
I think it's
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. I think we can talk about this later when we talk about the subject specific one. Cause I think the schedule looks very different for different subjects.
True for me.
Oh, someone said also what's the schedule like? Cause I always struggle to wake up early, start my day. Plus I'm retaking As as a private candidate, so that just makes it worse. I think if you struggle to wake up early, then you don't really have to wake up early. No, okay, as in depends on how early is your early, but you don't have to wake up super early. Cause as long as during the rest of the day you study productively, then it's okay. Some people study better at night.
Yeah, like me, I never wake up early one. I only wake up early for exam. So it's like before that, I usually wake up at like 1
So
p.m.
late,
Yeah, it's then late. Yeah, then I will study all the way until like very late, like 3 to 4 like that. Yeah, then I'll sleep. Then I'll wake up again at 1. Yeah, that's my routine usually.
But
I don't follow if you cannot handle it.
yeah, if you for this person, right, if you study better in the morning but you cannot wake up, like if you cannot study at night, right, then you must try to wake up early.
You must try to adjust.
Set more alarms. Ask your if you have family members at home, ask them to wake you up also. Or you can scare yourself into it, like oh my god, exam coming, I have to wake up.
Yep.
Like last time, I really like 赖床 in JC because I was like oh my god, so many things to do. Then once my alarm ring, I think like immediately get up already. Oh yeah, then we have a few questions about private candidates. Like someone say, do you think it's perfectly alright to retake O levels? And then any advice for O or A level private candidate? Of course it's alright to retake. Any advice? I think the thing about if you're a private candidate, you need a lot more discipline, right? Because you're no longer in school. In school you have your teachers and your friends to help you. But then if you're doing it independently, then you need more discipline.
Yeah. I actually respect those who take
Yeah.
private
Yeah, I
candidates.
think it's tough.
It's very tough. Like
Because-
even like with teachers, it's already
Yeah.
tough.
If you have contacts with your teachers, I'm not sure if you can, but maybe try and contact them, ask them help you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be easier like that. Or if you have friends that are also taking the paper, then you all can study together. But it's perfectly okay, so just 加油.
Yeah.
Yes, can one.
Especially guys, you go army, right? Then it's just private candidate. It's just take only. Doesn't really like you need to waste like 1 year or to retake A levels. You can just take while you're in army.
Yeah, but even if you're a girl, right, it's okay. Cause
Yeah.
in the end, like, if you work hard, then like your results will be worth it. So
Yeah. And even like now in uni, right, no one cares about your age actually.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because like all the guys are going to be like 2 years older than us anyway.
Yeah.
So and like, cause I'm a foreigner, right? So when I come here, I'm actually older. I'm actually older by 1 year lah.
I always forget that.
Yeah, and
We
like
don't
it doesn't.
care.
Yeah, it doesn't change anything lah. Like I'm just older by 1 year lor. Like
Yeah, it doesn't
so what?
matter.
Yeah, it's okay.
And anyway, now that you are already like going to like retake it as a private candidate, then don't need to think about whether it's okay or not. You know,
Just do your best.
Yeah.
Yes.
What study methods are the most effective for you? Okay, when people ask me this question on like Instagram or like sometimes YouTube comments, because I know there's this method that is supposedly like one of the best. It's called active recalling. I think I'll link like this video in the description box. But it's basically like you test yourself. Like for example, when you read something, after that you try and recap it yourself. Then like, it'll make your brain work. I think anything also can. But yeah, then there's this thing called like spaced repetition or something. Basically, it's like you test yourself, then you make your brain work to get the information, then your brain can retain it better. It's supposedly the best, but I don't really. Depends on what subject. You know? How you
Okay, I got one tip for you. Really, I feel like this really saved me a lot of time. But then, I don't know if it works for everyone, but you study answer key. This is for Econs or like
It's true though.
humanities.
Yeah, it's true though.
Because you study answer key let you know what the teachers are looking for. Even though right, you may skip like a bit of your own thought process, but if you study smartly, right, so how you study answer key is that you think about the question first, then you write down in point form or just like an outline of your, let's say Econs of your essay, write down the outline, then you just look at the answer key, then you learn from like how it's supposed to present the answer or if your points are even correct. So this really is like maximum productivity. It's like you need to get your study done in like a very short time, right? You just go straight to the point, study answer key.
I think it works for chemistry also. Because like the keywords,
like the
or whatever,
keywords.
Yeah, you need to know. Yeah, so I think different subjects different also.
And like, I cannot emphasize this enough, but like consult your teachers.
Yeah.
Like I do a lot of consultations with teachers, and I think it really helps out. So like, because when you're alone, right, and when you're studying, and like you may have like, you know, like uncertainties, and like you don't know who to clarify with, and like maybe your friends are all very unsure. Like the best way is to go to your teachers and ask for help, and it's perfectly okay to do that lah. Like don't feel like, or like you paiseh or anything. Like just try and like
But
consult your
it
teachers.
really depends on the teacher, right?
Yeah.
I know essay teacher quite nice.
Yours no, yours not nice.
Mine depends lah. Some teachers is like more bochap one. Some teachers will like even ask you to come consult me, you need more help, that kind of thing. But then sometimes it depends on teacher.
I sometimes consult my friends' teachers who are like better than my teacher. Yeah, so it's like you try and gather some of your friends out, and then like you see, yeah.
Oh, what I do is I consult my friends.
Also can, yeah. Especially those who are like better than you, you know. Yeah.
The one tip, right, is you study with your friends. Okay, so it's not just you just keep consulting your friends. If you can, right, just go help your friends also, because right, actually when you help your friends, right, you teach them, right, you actually learn, like you revise and you learn a lot through teaching people.
Yep.
So you just find a group of friends, right, that is willing to do that lah. You just help each other. Then that one really will help you speed a lot of things, especially math. Once you start with something, right, you start for 20 minutes, you are still stuck one. But if you start, you go and ask your friend who knows how to do, just teach you 5 minutes, right? Then you can go on to the next question, right? Then that save you 15 minutes, right? Just like that. Yeah. So study with friends is quite helpful.
Should I just go into the specific subject thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, can.
Okay, because for me, I study differently for every subject. So for geog, right? Okay, I know got ask me geog question. Wait, like someone asked, how do you study for geog when it's so content heavy plus not much time left? Okay, so for geog, right, I think you should really like study from the syllabus document. Do you use syllabus document last time?
Geog. What syllabus document?
No, okay. No, because I'm like, okay, in J1, from the start of like JC, my geog teachers always say use your syllabus document, but I didn't know how to use it. Then only I think J2, I realized how damn good the syllabus document
What's
is.
that? Like the
there's
SCAB syllabus outline?
Yeah. No, the A-level one, no, I don't know. Cause like they will tell you like what you need to know.
Oh, okay.
And then I don't know about like your school, but for me we have a lot of readings, a lot of content. So it's very messy, and then I don't know what I need to know or what I must memorize, then what is just like good to know.
Because geog they give you a lot of extra stuff.
Yeah, so the syllabus document is damn good. So the syllabus document will tell you like what's the learning objective of each team, that kind of thing.
Wow.
Then as long as you know every point that is stated in the syllabus document, then you know the examples, right? You are good to
smart,
go. So what I do is I print like the syllabus document, I print the entire thing, then I paste on my cover, then because they say supposedly like if you study one thing 7 times, it will stuck in your head. So I put 7 columns there for me to color when I'm done with it. But in the end, of course, I didn't get to study it 7 times. I was geog crazy. But then the main thing is like studying from the syllabus document, and then you can like organize everything better in your brain. And then also for geog, right, do all the essay question, like sample question, because like there's so much information, right, but when you do the questions, you kind of know what they can test, because not every like content is testable. So only those that is testable in essay, you really need to memorize example, that kind. But some is like they will not test it in like your essay questions, then you don't really need to memorize, because that kind maybe DRQ, then it will be in the source, that kind, you know what I mean? So yeah, then last time what I did is I consult my teacher every week. Every week. So I will write essay. I write I think like 2 essays, and then every week he will help me check, then he will mark, then I submit another one. So I got a lot of sample essays that I did for geog. Then before the exam, I just read all my sample essays. And then when I write essay for my teachers, I do it open book. Cause like for me, I do open book because I want to know whether with all the content, am I able to get like a certain marks. Yeah, so I will like do it open book, and then when my teacher say that okay, it's good, means my skills is there, I just need the content, then I'll memorize like all the content.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
That's quite different from how I
So how you do?
Yeah, like for okay, maybe it's more relevant if it's like GP, because there's like essays as well. Yeah, so like for okay, but then GP don't have content. So okay, maybe Econs. Got content, not really. What I mean, like okay, yeah. Okay, like for Econs, what I did was I actually tried to memorize everything first, and then write out an essay, and then ask my teacher to mark. So it's legit like that, and I did it under time condition lah. So I tried to see whether like I can finish like the entire paper within like the time limit. I forgot how long was it. And then I try to, and then I consult my teacher kind of thing. Then so I know like where I stand. So it's different from Charlene, who like she tried to do it first with her skills alone, and then like open book, and then she will memorize it afterwards. Whereas I memorize it first, and then I do it like such that it's in an exam style lah. Yeah. So I actually never thought of.
Yeah, for me, I think I do that way because job really a lot of content. So if I memorize everything first, I was afraid that I don't have time to do essay.
It's true.
Yeah. But then if you're not gonna write the full essay, sometimes I also just do the plans. Then I tell my teacher what point like what's the point, and then what example I intend to use like that.
For job, I have never written like a full essay to practice on.
At all?
I just do outline then I check answer because I just too lazy.
Okay.
But then, yeah, it's no good lah. I have never.
So you only did essays like in exams lah.
Yeah.
I feel like you're naturally smart.
Wow.
No, but then I never get like I didn't get very good for all my internal exams. Always.
But
it's
A-levels
just
good
hard.
lah. Yeah, A-levels good they can already. Usually like for econs, like they say like practice essay outlines is enough. Like you don't actually have to write the entire thing unless you feel like your time management during exams is very bad. So like you do like the thing under time condition lah. So like you will naturally train yourself to write faster, think faster, plan your essay faster, all those. Yeah.
Yeah, but econs really you can cut short by doing essay outline because it's a lot about this then lead to what. So you just basically like let's say you do like AD increase then just lead to what. Then you lead to what, demand pull inflation, then you lead.
Yep.
Then that's it lah, that's the whole course.
I forgot everything. Sorry.
I don't take econs, so I don't know. Oh, but then for math, right, for every topic I write like the key concept that I need to know. Very short one, like just like point 1, need to know this, need to know that. Then like if I need to memorize an equation, I write down. It should be very short. I think I limit myself like one topic only can have 1 page or something. Then do a lot of practice for me.
Yeah. Like I feel like I only practice for math. Yeah.
But I still have that like concept sheet thing because sometimes like some practice questions may not be able to cover all the concepts. So before the exam I look through all the concepts just in case like there's some like damn rare concept.
Yeah.
Chemistry must memorize a lot of stuff. Okay, so we took H2 Chem, memorize and then do practice. Because some of the qualitative questions is very standard. Like the standard questions must memorize.
I spam TYS before the A-level itself. Yeah. Then I feel like you can also practice your like school papers and everything because I feel like they will it's more creative. Like the teachers will come up with like more creative questions. So it's like you are exposed to like a wider range of questions and like it's probably like more difficult also. So like you train yourself to think for like a huge variety of questions. Yeah.
But I think depends on like where you're at now. So if you are like very good already, then I think you can challenge yourself with the school questions. But if you find the school questions very hard, right, then I think your priority can be TYS. Because in the end you're going to do TYS, not like school prelim papers that are a lot harder.
No, I feel like TYS is already hard enough. Like for Chem actually. I remember like getting very. Okay, sorry. I remember getting very flustered at my A-level Chem paper. Like the questions.
A-level.
And I actually thought like I would do badly because I was flustered by it.
I think I felt like the MCQ on them.
I don't remember MCQ. I remember like paper 3.
I can't remember. I don't want to remember.
MCQs are always that hard lah.
Yeah, it's always very challenging.
No time on the Chem MCQ.
I don't remember that.
No
It's
time,
just
I
up
always
to
no time.
treat you one MCQ.
My last page I just see.
Oh yeah, so I think nearer to A-levels you want to do more like TYS instead. Don't bother on prelim papers because it's just going to be discouraging in my opinion.
Okay, it's true though, but
Yeah. I didn't do much school papers actually. Yeah, I just chunked TYS.
It's the most relevant one. It's just how can we set your papers also.
So have you said physics? Okay, physics, but don't ask me. I hate physics.
What, you all take?
Yeah. H2 physics, right? Yeah.
You
say. You can give your tuition center a shout out.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Physics, if you want, right? Okay, for me, right, I actually had tuition for physics, but my tuition is my senior that is like 1 year older than me, so he just graduated. Then he was willing to teach me physics out and a group of my classmates. So I think that really helped me a lot. Yeah, because you must understand the concept. Physics is hard to understand just reading your notes.
I hate physics. So,
Yeah, this is my worst subject. But I think practice all. Math and physics we just practice, but then also must know the concept.
yeah, physics is a lot more theoretical than math, I feel. Like, you need to know like your content also before you do the practice paper. Though it's not as heavy as like Chem. So, yeah.
And then do TYS.
Yeah,
I do TYS.
a lot.
Okay, what's next? GP. A lot of people ask how to study GP. Actually, I never studied GP.
Oh, GP, right? I
Don't
tell
be like
you,
me.
actually GP come to A level, right? The main distinction for you, right, is your essay paper 1. Yeah, that one is gonna differentiate your grades. Wow, my GP is a miracle story. Okay, so my GP is damn bad. I think I have always failed, or just passed. Then my percentile is always like 10 percentile, that kind of thing for the entire 2 years. So right, I really went to memorize essay. Yeah, I legit memorized essay. Then when it come out age, right, just nice one. Okay, I just memorize a few like 2 or 3, right. But then I memorize strategically like those topics that will most likely come out. So it's like environment. I remember I memorized one environment, one tech. So I memorized essay, then it came out, but it's not exactly the same, right? But you can just tweak it such that it answers the question. So I just vomit out the whole essay that I memorized. Then in the end, my GP got B, which is I was damn happy with, because my GP is really damn bad.
Okay, so for me, I actually, like I said just now, I do essays every 2 to 3 days every week, like a month leading to the A levels. So actually, I wrote an essay similar to the A level question that I did before. So I actually have all the facts and everything. And I think for A levels, I did the fiction question. So it's and because I really love reading novels, so it's actually I actually put my passion in it. And,
that's good.
Yeah, and it just flowed very, very well. And because I did a similar essay before, so I felt it was I think the best essay I've written in my entire 2 years.
So
kind of
good,
thing. Yeah. So after that, I felt very confident. So it also I think helps me with my paper too, because then I feel very confident. I feel very good about myself. So it's once I do paper 2, then it's okay.
I think in one of my vlogs, someone commented about MCT or GCT rank point. Then I think I replied with my rank point, right? So it's it was quite bad last time during my MCT, JCT, those times. So what I'm trying to say is the reason why I didn't really study GP is because GP was my best subject out of everything. Then my other subjects need my desperate effort. So I focused on my other subjects. Yeah, but I had tuition for GP, so I think that's my only revision. I just sit there every week and listen to my teacher talk about content. Yeah, just like that. I tried to do some compre practice, but not a lot. Yeah. You can do essay outline and consult with my teacher, I think, but I didn't because I had to focus on my other subjects.
Though I feel for GP, right, it's better to write the essay itself than the essay outline, because GP focuses a lot on your flair and your language. So it's it helps if you have if you know how to write beautifully and nice, you know, but then if you cannot, right, if you legit you don't have the natural flair and you're actually struggling, don't force yourself also, kind of thing. Don't I try to write beautifully though, because English is actually not my first language, kind of thing. So it's quite difficult for me to make a very good sounding phrases and sentences, but I try to like make it better and all.
Yeah, if your language not too good, you focus on the more content questions.
Yep.
So like what I say, environment tech, that kind of more argumentative questions.
Yeah.
Then you just score higher for your content. And when you write those questions, doesn't really, it's not as heavily they don't heavily emphasize on language because it's and that kind of language is easier to learn also because it's quite standard argumentative
It's like
questions.
technical terms. But I think if you like don't know how to write beautifully, I think it's okay because I think most importantly your grammar must be correct. So if you know you have problems with your grammar, then you can go and clarify with your teacher.
My grammar sucks also.
Okay. Yeah. So I think that's most important because like the examiner hate to read your essay if it's full of grammatical problems or like spelling errors. So just make sure spelling and grammar is there. Then it's like more or less your language is not that bad lah. Maybe it's not any subject. Okay, sorry, none of us take bio, right? But I think bio, is it similar to geog?
Yeah, should be
Have to mark content. I think.
Yep, a lot of content. I think.
Cannot say that.
What other subjects my PCNG no more already.
I got
What's
history
the common
also.
one?
Oh yeah, history.
Got lit.
Why no one asked me about history? Maybe they know I take geog. Yeah, but no one asked about history. Okay, let's just move on then. How do you make effective notes? Because I always end up copying off the textbook. I think if you always end up copying off the textbook, right, then just close your textbook. Like you read first, then you try and think of what you can remember, then you put the textbook, then you write out and see what you can remember, then that way you're not copying off the textbook, just don't refer to it.
I actually ended up copying a lot also.
Yeah,
So
I also copy actually.
So like I probably cannot give like very good advice.
I used to copy, then I just stopped writing because I think very waste time. Like for me, but some people copy and they say it helped them, like they can remember after
Yeah,
they copy.
depends
Because I think it's
what kind of
emotion.
learner-
Yeah,
what
so
kind of
it
learner you are.
depends. Yeah, I always try and summarize. So even if you copy, right, don't copy like everything.
Yeah,
Copy
don't
the
copy like
main
wholesale kind.
For me, like my notes, I would write down my thought process. Like, I write something like why, and then after that I'll explain to myself why. Like example, then I'll write the example.
Then you make like very pretty notes.
I used to, like in secondary school, I made pretty notes. Then like no time then JC, no more pretty notes.
Yeah, I tried to but then it didn't really work out. Like after like the first few months kind of thing, like I'm just like writing notes like very fast like that. So it looks very ugly. Yeah.
I want to do pretty notes so cannot.
Someone asked, I think I never write here, but someone asked like, how do I not focus on the aesthetic of my notes? But I don't know, it's just don't.
But if it helps you with your study, like if you make it pretty and all, then you can like remember better. Then I guess
just
you
invest
go
in
ahead lah.
But if you spend too much time,
Too much time
probably not lah.
Then you have to tell yourself this
It
is not
only
an
needs to
artist.
be 8 out of 10,
Yeah,
10 out of 10.
No. Sell it or what?
How was J1 compared to J2? For me, it was both busy because J1 had a lot of commitments. Then J2 I settled down more.
I was the other way around. I felt like J1 was relaxing. Like
Most people lah,
And then like by the time it's J2, right, I feel like there's like such a big gap between J1 and J2. And then so like I was the main comm of my CCA in like so-called J2 because it's more like busy because I got SYF and all. Then I got H3 commitment also like early J1. So I had to juggle a lot of stuff and then J2 content is so much heavier than J1. So yeah, I felt like such a big difference between J1 and J2.
Yeah, but I think J1 just try your best to be on the ball. Like don't accumulate things that you don't know. Try and clear. Like for example, like after like during lecture, if you don't understand something, don't wait for like next week to clarify. You should clarify immediately because by then next week you got even more things to clarify. Then it will just snowball. So I always just ask my teacher immediately, like in class or after class. Yeah.
You are quite chill, I think.
Really? My J1 didn't hectic. Yeah.
If not, right, it's usually quite chill.
Okay. Someone asked about like loneliness, like how to make friends in JC as an introvert, and then another one asked, is it hard to make friends in JC? Do you feel lonely in JC at times, or feel hard to open up to people in JC? What happens if you are a J1 who can't cope with studies but feel kind of lonely? Okay, so it's all about like making friends. I think you can start off by trying to make friends with your classmates, like the person next to you, just try and talk to them. go for breaks
CCA,
with them. Yeah, or during CCA.
Because
kind of
CCA,
friends.
yeah, I think CCA mates will be a bit closer, I guess.
And I think it's like easier also to make friends because everyone is in the same like situation. Everyone's hating school, everyone's hating like A levels and all.
Even if you're an introvert, I think just take a step and say hi or something. It's very scary, but I think it's okay.
Yeah, and like try maybe like talk about like common interests and like ask about like I don't know like your friends' hobbies and maybe you guys have the same hobbies and like can talk about it.
Yeah, but I think having
Yeah.
friends in JC is quite important also.
Yeah.
Get you through all the stress.
And like can study together lah. I think it's
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know, maybe you go study, you see someone there also, you're like, hi, can I study with you? Is it creepy?
That's quite creepy. Yeah, that's quite creepy.
Imagine you're in the study
Unless-
room and then
unless-
got like
Hi, can I?
If it's your classmate, then okay lah. If it's your
Someone you
stranger,
already
right?
know. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's
Really?
like-
Yeah, okay, okay.
Wow, some random person
Yeah.
will do that. Call
You
me.
just be nice to people, like maybe buy coffee for them.
Yeah.
and I think like just try to be yourself. I think like you shouldn't change yourself for your friends because then they're not your friends.
Yeah.
So like
Yes.
just be yourself lah and just like, try to lighten up the mood or anything and like I don't know maybe crack some jokes.
Yeah.
And just
Your
just
your
be friendly.
vibe. No, it's okay. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Yes. So you go and try and pretend to be someone else. Your tribe that you attract will also be the someone else kind of
Yeah,
tribe.
yeah.
So you won't like really like them. So yourself, then your friends will be like the kind that you like hang out with. Any advice for people choosing subject combinations? How do you choose the subject? So I be able to change stream like from art stream to science stream. How I choose my subject combinations? Number one, I choose the subjects that I'm more interested in, and number two, I think about like uni because some courses have prerequisites that kind. So I'm in the science stream because I'm not like say super good in art or super good in science. I'm kind of like okay. Then I choose science because I feel like in uni I'll have more options because I didn't really know what I want to take. Because in uni, if you want to study arts, you can study arts if you took science stream in JC, but for some science courses, you have to take science in JC. Will I be able to change stream? I don't think so, right? Cannot change stream.
You can if you take 4H2, you can drop H2 to H1.
As in change,
As in
like
change
change
from
from arts to science. I think
No,
maybe you
that
can
one
appeal
Very
Okay.
early.
Yeah, very early, maybe.
Yeah, but if like even if you can, right, just don't. Like you won't be able to like cover all the content lah in time. So
But
yeah.
I think advice, like the advice will be number one, you think about your interests. Number two, practical, you must think about which one you're better at. Number three, think about uni, like whether the course you want to go has like certain prerequisites. Yeah. Okay, next. How do you deal with biased teachers? I laugh when I saw that question.
Oh my gosh.
I think like, okay, for me, I think different people got different approach. Like some of my friends, maybe they'll try and argue. For me, I don't argue or whatever. I just like, cause I feel like this kind of situation, no matter what, the teacher is the winner. Cause the teacher will also like write your testimonial, all those. You don't offend your teacher, right? So I will just like accept it. Like, okay, then just know it's not your fault. Like if the teacher really biased, then it's like the teacher's personal like reasons. But I think don't need to argue with the teacher lah.
Don't
But
need to
some
care
people will
also
argue,
lah.
yeah.
Because after all, also not your teacher marking your A-level script.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
They just ignore.
Yeah, but then if your teacher hates you, right, then just consult your friend's teacher. I think at least for my JC it's fine.
Yeah, so I think just ignore and
Don't-
just know it's not your fault lah, unless you're like naughty. Okay, let's go into the uni related questions. How do you know what you want to study for uni? I didn't know. I use elimination method. So
yeah.
I look at all the schools in Singapore, all the courses, and out. Then left comms. So
I guess that works.
yeah, you eh? You also
I also
elimination,
do.
right?
Yeah, I also elimination, and then it's like during the holidays, right? Like a lot of my friends work, but then I ended up going for like courses. Like I went for like this one boot camp and all. It kind of like made me interested in the course that I'm studying now, which is like data science. So it's like that's how I kind of know that I want to pursue that. But like it's not like I really like it or like damn passionate in it. Also, it's like it's a combination of like passion and practicality. So yeah, I try to find like a fine balance between it all.
Yeah, I also try to find balance because you must think about your future also.
Yeah, but yeah, just go for the uni open house.
Oh.
That one, because there's actually, I think if you're in JC now, there's a lot of courses that you don't know that actually university like offers. Like there's new course in NTU like the data science and artificial intelligence or something like that, right? A course, yeah. So you never know until you really go for the open house, then you like go and inquire about all the different courses, then you know more about courses, then you make up your mind from there.
Is an iPad useful for uni? How do you make full use of it though? Any apps or tips you recommend? What apps you use for studying on your iPad? So I think it's useful for me, but it's not necessary. So if you like, don't want to spend the money or you don't have that, I think it's perfectly okay also. But I just use mine. I think I use mine quite well because I have a lot of readings for my course. So I don't want to print them because I think it's like them waste paper. You can scroll on your laptop, but it's harder to annotate. So what I do is I will open the notes on my iPad, then I can annotate it directly. I use GoodNotes. I know people use GoodNotes and Notability. Yeah, so that's the app I recommend. How to make full use of it? That's around it. Like I just write notes.
Yeah, same thing. For me also, I don't use iPad. I use like because I use Windows, so my one is like I have my laptop and my tablet. Yeah, so I watch my lectures on my computer, right? Then you open your for Windows or Windows user, we use OneNote now. Yeah. So I put the slides up on my OneNote. Or like I like to write my notes, right? And I same thing I don't know, it's very big. If you put on paper, right, your whole stack of paper is like very thick, and you carry it around also. So I just use tablet.
For me, I invested in it because I also use when I edit videos, like when I do my handwritten captions, that kind. Yeah, so my readings I annotate on the readings, then for lecture I open the lecture on my laptop, then I open the same set of slides on my iPad, and then I write down what the lecturer is saying. Oh, okay, I need to go for my test. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. We tried to answer as many questions as we can. We have to go badminton. I have to go for my test. Yeah,
Just going back to my room.
thank you for joining my Q&A. I'm talking to you. And thank you for watching. And if you have further questions, you can comment them down below, and we will try to answer them.
Can I shout out my tuition center?
Yeah, Jingxuan has a tuition center. Would you like to talk more about it?
Yeah, okay, so I opened a tuition center and we are specialized in math and sciences from secondary school to JC. So if you all want to join, I'll give you a shot, right? You can come. It's called The Fine Minds. You can search on Google, and our Instagram page is The Fine Minds Tuition. So yeah, do check it out if you want.
Are you the teacher?
Yeah, I'm the teacher for physics and math. If you want.
Yes, so go find him. Okay, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.